Hello everyone, welcome to our lesson number 16. In this tutorial, I'm gonna show you how to master the blending mode, right? This blending mode really helps a lot of things during the process of editing, and you really need to understand and know this thing because this will help in your editing game. It will just make your photo a more and more amazing with a very less effort. So you need to understand this blending mode, right? So before any further ado, let's get straight into the video, guys. Hello everyone, welcome to a new chapter. In this we're gonna learn how to master a different kinds of blending modes which are present over here, right? So we will just learn and go through all the blending modes, and I'll show you how you can use in your photo editing game. Suppose let's create a new layer, right? So if I want to create a sunlight or effect to the photograph, so what I will do is, suppose I'll select any of the colors. Let's select this, that is creamy orange tone, and just give one stroke of that color. Now just select the move tool, and suppose this is a normal, right? Here is the blending options which are all way over here. So if it is normal, if you select the dissolve, it will create a kind of gentler effect to the photograph, which we actually don't want, right? Here mostly you can use the darken effect. Is it actually makes your photo more darker. Suppose if you want to make a kind of a darkish effect on the bottom area, you can use a black tone and you can just make it as a darken. Suppose let's create a new layer, select the brush tool and give one stroke of the black color. I'll just put it over here and just click on the darken, so it will just create a dark effect over here. And also you can use multiply, so it will just multiply and create a vignette kind of effect on the area where you want, right? So you can use this technique to create a kind of blackish effect to your photo without losing its quality or making it look kind of unnatural. You can use this technique, that is a multiply. As you can see, here is the before and here is the after. A minor tint of that black tone is seen in the photo, which is making it look more cool. So you can use this multiply mode at that time. So let's just move to the next word, that is the color burn, right? So here is the color burn tool, right? If you want to create any of the color, let's suppose say Control U, and you can totally change any of the colors over here. As you can see, I have changed the color. It is really affecting to my that model's jacket, right? So what else you can do is you can totally decrease the fill or the flow from here to get that perfect kind of details on some of the portions of the jacket. So this is how this color burn actually works. As you can see, I am moving this on my the face model or the hairs. You can also even use, guys, you can use this mode to change the color of the hairs. If you want to paint the color with kind of amazing colors on the hairs, you can use this technique. Or you can, if you want to change or some kind of colors to your clothes or outfit, you can use this color burn, and you can just decrease the opacity or fill it with a different kind of to around 30% to make it look more natural and realistic. So this is how this actually works, color burn. Now next we will move to the linear burn. This is also very similar to that of color burn. It will also create a similar effect but little bit of different. And here the next is dark color. Let's just make it to fill and 100%. It will only fill on the area where it is white, right? So whenever there is the white region or the highlighted area, it will only affect that portion. Here is the lighter mode. This is actually used to create sunlight, right? If you want to create a backlight effect, let's just change the color of that to around, yeah, this is pretty perfect. So as you can see, this lighten effect, if I just make it a creamy color, this will create like a sunlight effect. As you can see, I can increase the size, and it will I'll just put it on one side of the photo, and it will look kind of sunlight is actually coming from the back photo. it will look like that. And also the screen also does a very similar effect to that of light on effect. So as you can see, this screen effect is mostly used in our editing process. To create an effect like a sunset or sunrise, you can use this technique to create an amazing effect to your photo. And the next thing is color dodge. This will guys, it will create a kind of metal type of look to your photo. You can just decrease the flow and you can see the difference, guys. It is really making a huge impact to the photo. Here's the before and here's the after. You can also decrease the opacity and just make it impressive, enhance look to your photo. So this is how this color dodge tool works. Here is a linear dodge. This is a kind of very similar to that of screen effect, right? But it will just create a metal type of burned effect. And here is a lighter color, but it will only affect on the area where it is actually present the whitish effect or the lightish effect are present. So at that kind of area only this will affect mostly. Now change the blending mode to overlay. This is a perfect mode which I personally do use. If you want to paint anything over here, just select any of the colors and you will be seeing that colors over here. You can totally decrease the fillness just like this way, and you can create wonders with the help of overlay. So this is really very useful in your editing game, right? And the next thing is our soft light. Soft light is very similar and which is very much used during the process of skin touching or skin smoothing or just painting the skin, right? If you want to paint the skin to kind of yellowish, you can just select the soft light effect and just decrease the opacity to according to your choice, and you can just paint the color without losing the details of the face and it will look more realistic, right? And next thing is hard light. Hard light is one of the very much opposite of totally the soft light, right? It will create a harsh effect to your photo. There will be some time if you want to create a sunset or sunrise effect with a harsh light, harsh kind of light, you can totally use this in your editing game and it will literally look kind of very cool, guys. As you can see, I have added this color lookup and this one is looking very, very creative. So you can use this technique to use and just make a creative portraits like this and turn your game to a next level. As you can see, dual tone is looking very perfect. So this is how you can use this hard light effect. Also the vivid light effect is also very similar. So this whole thing you have to use this one by one and just use them whatever it is looking perfect, right? This is a pin light. Pin light is also making your photo a kind of cool effect. It will give if you change the color of this. As you can see, whatever you change, it will create a pastel kind of effect to your photo, which is very, very amazing, guys. So you can use this kind of pin light effect or the pin light blending mode and just make an amazing dual tone kind of portrait. This is a hard mix which I generally don't use. This is a difference that is also not used. Exclusion is not used. Subtract is also not used generally, right? Divide is also not used. And this is a hue, right? If you want to change the color of total image, we have already learned in one of the video. If you want to change the total color of the image, you can use this any of the color and just change it to hue. Your whole photo will be turned into that color effect. As you can see, if I want to create a red tone, my photo will be of that color tone. So this is used in that process. If you want to create an amazing textures, let's select any of one more photo that would be of a green color. Let's select this photo. Let's create a new layer and let's give a one stroke of the brush. Now we will change the blending mode to hue. What does this actually do is, as you can see, it is changing the color of this grass, right? So this is how this is used to change the color of anything you want. You can just change it. As you can see, if you want to make a blue color or green color, you can totally do it with this technique of that is a hue blending mode. Last one is a saturation, so it will just create a perfect kind of oversaturated effect to your photo. And last one is the color. It will create a color or add a color to your photo. If you let's just make a duplicate and let's just change the color, you can totally change the color and just you can make a dual tone kind of portrait in your editing game, just like this, right? And last one is a luminosity. Luminosity is generally used to desaturate the colors, but I don't recommend to use this. So basic things, so I'll just cover up whole process in a few moments, right? So the basic thing you need to understand, that is just mostly the tools or the blending modes which are used in during our photo editing game, that is multiply, screen and overlay. Only the three things we need to understand, that is multiply, screen and overlay. These three are the most used tools during our process of editing and everywhere, right? So just you need to understand only the three tools, right? So that's it for today, guys. See you in the next lessons. Until then, guys, be creative and be awesome.